Alrighty, chat. Let's go ahead and check out some Kayn. There was a stream earlier today that had like a big long reveal. We're not going to watch that full thing. Instead, we're going to watch the Kayn reveal, and then we're going to look at Kayn's new cards, okay? Which should be pretty fun. But, yeah.
The child is gone. The killer remains.
Ooh, the child is gone, the killer remains. If you guys don't know, by the way, for context, I'm a pretty big Kayn main. I have like 190,000 mastery in League of Legends with Kayn. Kayn's like my 5th highest mastery. I played a shit ton of Kayn. Big fan of blue Kayn. I will absolutely be the guy to int your game because I just wanted to play blue Kayn instead of Ross. So hopefully, the hope is that that carries over into the gameplay here. If I'm not able to int myself by picking blue Kayn because he's more fun, then I mean that's just gonna be a flavor miss for me, honestly.
The child is gone. The killer remains. They will fear my name.
Okay, wait a second. Sorry. I'm formatting, chat. Formatting. Blue Kayn against 3 tanks. You're right. And I'm gonna blow their asses up anyway. All right.
The killer remains.
The Shadow Reaper. Okay, so Kayn is a Darken, 5 mana, 2/5 with Challenger. Origin, the Shadow Reaper. You may put any cultist cards into your deck. Dope. Once you have summoned 3+ different cultist units, draw a Kayn. Dope. So you just get to draw them for free, which is cool. When I kill a unit, heal me 2. Auto-equip the Darkened Scythe, which is new equipment card type, which we'll see here in a second.
They will fear my name
and grovel before mine.
Okay, auto-equip. You automatically equip this item from hand or play when summoned, creating it first if needed. The Darkened Scythe. So it's a 2 mana 0/0, but it auto-equips, so you don't have to pay this unless your guy dies and this comes back in your hand, right? Grant the Darkened Scythe +1/+0. So every time you attack, it's getting granted. And then like if your Kayn dies, you can reattach it to somebody else later. You can reattach it to Kayn. There's a lot of options available here, and this grant sticks with it. So wherever the Darkened Scythe goes, it sticks with it, which is pretty cool.
Cowards hide,
but never escape.
What does Rost mean anyway? God, if they don't say that, I mean, that's just a major flavor miss.
Yes.
Yes. Wait, I missed that card.
Yes.
So this is, I'm sorry, a 4 mana Demacia, 4/3 with Tough. Once you've equipped an ally this game, grant me Scout. I mean, 4 mana 4/3 with Tough is like a good stat line. With Scout, I mean, that's scary. They removed the different requirements, just summon 3 cultists. Interesting.
I do not seek redemption.
I'm sorry, run that back. What's this card? Kayn Shadow Step. Give Kayn quick attack this round. He starts a free attack challenging an enemy. So it's like Cataclysm, but he also gets quick attack. And this is his champion spell. So oftentimes you're going to draw extra copies of Kayn because of his thing, right? So it's going to be active a lot. Dope. So play transform me and all copies of me into Rost or the Shadow Assassin. So he recalls himself after he flips, which is interesting because you might be able to use a strike spell as protection. Very similar to like how Rumble can flip with a strike spell and like re-get spell shield. If you flip him with a strike spell, he'll go back in your hand and potentially can like dodge a vengeance or something, which is kind of cool. Yasuo Kayn. Okay. And Rost, his tool. Rost is a little bit of a tool, I'll say it. He's a little bit of a tool. So Rost is a 5 mana 3/6 auto equip Corrupted Scythe. When I kill an enemy, fully heal me and heal your Nexus too. Okay. And Shadow Assassin is elusive based. 3/6 and he gets the Shadow Scythe, no text. Okay.
Finally free of that mortal constraint.
Even when opponent is just like a full elusive board, bro, we still aren't even picking blue Kayn. Come on. All right, what's this card do? He even when opponent is just like a full elusive board, bro, we still aren't even picking blue Kayn. Come on. Come on. All right, what's this card do? All right, what's this card do? An equipped ally strikes an enemy. Oh, so it's just a one-sided strike if your person's equipped. Okay, dope. That seems pretty strong. Keeps the boss from level 1. This is true. This is true. Which is pretty cool.
Submit to me. Time to reap.
Okay. Oh, Foreskin Bakai. 1 mana, 2/1. Play predict. You pick a dark and rare equipment. Grant me +1/+1. Jesus fucking Christ. That's a card. That is a card. Foreskin Bakai is lurk support. It is technically lurk support. It is technically lurk support. He heals himself instantly. That's so interesting. Will of Ionia? Yo, come on. Wait, why did they recall him? I don't understand. Why'd they recall him, chat?
Beg for mercy.
Yeah, just re-equip.
Life is built on a foundation of death.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Do they also have the blue Kayn one? It looks like they don't have the blue Kayn one. That's, again, it feels like they're playing favoritism. But let's go and talk about some new cards, huh? Red Forsaken? Okay. So, yeah, he levels up when he's struck twice. When I level up, recall me. And then you get to replay him out as one or the other. He has 0 cost, so that's really interesting. So if you go with Rost, then his weapon says attack, grant it +1/+1. So he gets extra health. He heals every time he kills something, and he heals himself, which is, that makes sense. I mean by heals instantly, I mean that it's like he heals instantly after killing something, right? So like you don't get to like put damage on him like a regen card and you flock it or something. There's a video. Want to see it? It's a leak. They played it on stream, so I don't think it's a leak. But yeah, it's Ari Kayn. Okay, Poggies. But yeah, no, the scythe continues to grow, which is really cool. Like if he dies and you put the scythe somewhere else, it keeps all of its buffs and then it continues to buff up. And then like if you resummon him, then he'll steal the scythe, which is cool. So yeah, he gets big, he tanks, he heals you. He's like the mid-range tanky version, right? Whereas Shadow Assassin, 3/6, Challenger plus Elusive is a strange combination of keywords. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not usually a fan of that combination of keywords. Usually it's kind of useless, I would say. So I'm not crazy about it, but you know, maybe it'll be okay. Maybe it'll be okay, chat. This Red Kayn Link literally is better. So the big difference is that this one gets extra attack. Like instead of getting +1/+1, it gets +2 attack. Every single time you attack. So in the Blue Kayn video, I don't have it right here. You know, if I find it, then like maybe the editor will put it like right there. But the new Kayn or the Blue Kayn video shows them like putting this on the scout unit, who then like attacks twice and like gets the double buff. And then you play out Shadow Assassin and he steals it back and he has like 8 attack and then he attacks and he has like 10 attack. So his attack does get really high really quickly. And if your opponent doesn't have interaction, he pushes a lot of damage. You know, he shows lethal. Can you post a link? Yeah, if you have a link to the Blue Kayn video that was showed earlier, I'm down to look at it. But yeah, it's I'd say +1/+1 is usually better than +2/+0. Usually if you're going into combat, but I think that the idea is that Blue Kayn doesn't try and fight anyone. He just tries to end the game.
Darken weapon or succumb to shadow.
Leaked? Okay, so chat, I know this says leaked on it, but this isn't actually leaked. This was showed earlier today. This was literally showed earlier today, okay? Just so you guys know. Just so you guys know. Sorry, we'll watch it real quick.
Darken weapon or succumb to shadow.
His level up animation, chat, is it just me? It just looks a little bit funny. Like the 3D on it just like looks a little bit funny. I don't know. I don't really like it. Okay, so we grab Blue Kayn.
This path leads to a darkness beyond even your strength.
Level up animation in League is so iconic. You're a little bit bummed. Yeah, so when he gets summoned, he automatically eats the weapon, right? Which is cool. Come on. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Because I think opponent's going to kill Kayn, right? So, interesting there, he had put a new attachment onto Kayn, which bounced off the scythe. So he's going to put the scythe onto the scout unit to stack it up, right? So voice line Yi? I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention. But they kill Kayn. It's sad. We're all sad about it, chat. No one's happy that Kayn died. No one's happy that Kayn died. But see, they stack it up. So now it's granting like +4 right now. And now it's granting +6. Okay, chat. That's pretty reasonable and pretty balanced, right? +6. That's totally balanced, chat. Heedless Resurrection. So for some reason we get to just summon him back. I don't know what that's about. We get to just summon him back. He gets the +6. So now homie has 9 attack. He just came back, has 9 attack. They're going to play out the Katarina here for the rally. And then he now has 11 attack, chat. I mean, he definitely gets really big really fast. And that's the idea of it, right? Like, this is the one that kills your opponent. The other one's the one that, like, mid-ranges your opponent. Blue Kayn showcase. Kayn fucking dies. True. But yeah. So that's the big difference. It's just like, do you want to actually play the game and, like, you know, trade down with your opponent and, you know, play his mid-range stuff? Or do you want to fucking kill them? And, I mean, sometimes fucking killing them will be right. Realistically, though, red's probably a lot better. Kayn Shadow Step, that's the Cataclysm that gives you quick attack. Other equipment. So, chat, if you don't know, equipment is just like attach, except you can play it with spell mana. You can't play the same one more than twice in a turn. You can't have something that has attach and equipment on it. If you try to equip, then it'll bounce the attach. It's kind of like, you know, trying to put 2 attach units on something. And I think that's it. I think that's basically it. Like, they're the exact same cards. They're the exact same type of card. It's it's the exact same thing. So 3 mana, +2/+1. Okay, grant +2/+1. Can't be silenced also. Yeah, it's the exact same fucking thing. Plunder, I cost 2 less. So this is a 1 mana, grant +2/+1. Huh. That seems pretty good. That seems pretty good. I mean, surely though. I mean, okay, so that one's pretty good, chat, right? But that's probably because it's in like Bilgewater, and like they probably wouldn't, you know, print, you know, really strong equipment in like other regions, right? It's probably fine. It's probably fine. Great hammers. Okay, 2 mana +2 attack. That's not very much. Oh. Chat, why does this have overwhelm on it? What speed are equipments? They are unit speed. So you play them out, and then you lose your action. Like, it bounces to your opponent, to your opponent's action. So the thing is that this is overwhelm, which normally wouldn't be that big of an issue. It's grant overwhelm, which matters. But the thing is, when the unit dies, you get this back. It goes back into your hand. Chat, do you know the last time that grant overwhelm cycled itself and was playable multiple times? Do you know what happened the last time? There's this weird thing that happened where Pantheon was the most broken fucking deck of the format. Card might be okay. Buried Armory. 1 mana landmark, countdown 2, create a Treasure of the Sands, which is 3 mana, +4/+4. So it's 4 mana, +4/+4, and you wait 2 turns for it, but it's not fleeting. You can keep playing it on multiple things over and over. This card's probably okay. This card's probably okay. But yeah. 4 mana, +3/+3. My barrier's a dragon. And it gets Fury. I don't know how good this one is. I mean, +3/+3 is a lot of stats. Like, that's the thing. Looking at these are all a lot of stats. Can Chime set equipment? They're not units, so I don't think so. But yeah, no, these are a lot of stats. Draconic Bands and Faded? Probably not. I don't think so. It is expensive. Like, it is 4 mana. 4 mana is a lot for a buff spell. But I mean, oh, this is exciting, chat. We're to the Cultist card. So Cultist, if you remember, is Kayn's support. So, you know, if we're looking at other Runeterra champion support, you know, Evelyn had got some okay Husk cards. You know, Jin got like Stagehand and the Maker, so nothing too crazy. Bard got Bird. Bird's a really good card. Esmus is okay. And surely these are like probably pretty balanced, right? 5 mana. Heedless Resurrection, Slow Speed. It's 5 mana, so it can't be that strong, right? Once you've equipped an ally this game, I cost 2 less. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. So it's 3 mana. It's 3 mana. Revive the strongest dead allied champion. Revive the, but it's probably ephemeral, right? So like, you know, if you're spending 3 mana to bring it back, Chad, it's probably like ephemeral, right? No, it's not. It's not ephemeral. Okay, well, I mean, this is just Cultist, right? Okay, so it's Cultist, so it's probably unplayable outside of like specifically with Kayn, right? This is probably how you balance Kayn. You know, you give him like this really cool card. It's probably a Runeterran. If I had to guess, Runeterran region. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just Shurima card. Oh, I'm sorry. This is just a Shurima card. I'm sorry. I could throw this in literally any of my Shurima decks. Chat, what the fuck is this card? Chat, you know, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but with Runeterran support, chat, when they are issuing out, when they're giving out the Runeterran support, they can put them in any region that they want, because, you know, it's always going to get pulled by their Runeterran. So, you know, they can put one in Demacia, ooh, you know, some Shadow Isles, P&Z, Bilgewater with Scout. That's pretty exciting. And yet, chat, this weird thing happens where they continually put the broken fucking cards in Shurima. They could put them anywhere. They could put them literally anywhere, and yet they just threw it into fucking Shurima. Why the fuck? How does Shurima draw champions? Yeah, Shurima, it definitely isn't known to draw champions. Literally never. I don't know, man. All I can say is that, like, as it is, each of the equipment seems like pretty playable. Like, from really good to like playable. So every single equipment that we see from here on out better be completely unplayable if this card is balanced at all. Because looking at this, I don't think this card's balanced. This card seems fucking crazy. If you didn't see my tweet, by the way, chat, I tweeted a lot today. All bangers. Literally all bangers. I'll say it. But, this was me, looking at the new cards, okay? Okay, new patch, chat? Ancient Hourglass got nerfed, let's go. Oh. 3-man Hourglass? Oh. It's fucking rough out here, man. It's actually rough out here. I don't know. That card's... But, I mean, okay, chat. If we were to talk about this, though, you know, that's fine. That's fine. He's allowed to have one really good support card. Realistically, if they were to release more Cultists, they're probably not that great, or, you know, they're in regions that maybe hamper them. That way they can't just be splash everywhere, right? Copium? So, what do we have here? A 1-mana 2/1, Foreskin Bakai, play Predict. Okay, that's pretty good. So, like, that's comparable to, like, the 1-mana, Ancient Preparations, right? That thing gives you a 2/2 after 2 turns. So, I mean, if you're getting this instantly, it has to be, like, worse than a 2/2, right? It has to be worse than a 2/2. Play Predict. If you pick a Darken or an equipment, grant me +1/+1. Oh, so it's not worse than a 2/2. It's better than a 2/2. It's strictly better than a 2/2. Dude, this card's fucking crazy. What counts as a Darken? So far, just Kayn. So far, literally just Kayn. But like, even if this just said play predict as a 1-mana 2/1, it would still be a good card, and it would still be splashed in Lurk. It would be played in Echo Zillion. This card will absolutely see play outside of archetype. The fact that it also gets a buff is just like kind of silly. Kind of silly. Ballista too. Oh, is Ballista? Oh, Ballista's also darkened. Good call. Good call. But I mean, chat. I mean, this card seems pretty good. You know, surely it's in like a region that doesn't really use predict normally. Maybe it's like an extra predict card for like P&Z. Ooh, maybe we're throwing in Demacia because Demacia has trouble finding their cards. They have no draw. Oh, it's Shurima. It's Shurima, chat. Chat, Shurima. Chat, if we were to rank like all the best 1-drops in the game, I mean, chat, why is Shurima's fucking region identity just getting the best fucking 1-drops in the game? Right? They have a conditionless 1-mana 3/1. They have a infinite scaling Fearsome. They have this card, which used to be a fucking 2/1, which was the most just broken fucking card in the game. I mean, it would be, except Shurima also had Merciless Hunter at the time as a 4/3. Treasure Seeker probably still is like top 2 best 1-drops in the entire fucking game. Chat, why is Shurima's region identity just getting all the best fucking cards? I don't know, man. What the methodology is for determining where Runeterrans go? I don't know. Okay, Cultist, Ranger Knight, Defector, 4-mana 4/3, tough. Once you've equipped an ally this game, grant me Scout. This card seems good. Seems good. Like, tough on big units is, like, really strong. If you ever slap, like, a weapon on her, that's scary. Yeah, I think this card's good. Tempting Prospect, 1-mana burst speed, Demacia. Pick a follower or equipment from the top 4 cards of your deck. Draw it. Place the rest into your deck. So it's like this is like pseudo draw in Demacia, in that, like, you know, you get to dig a little bit into your deck to try and find something, but it's very there's a lot of conditions on it, right? There's a lot of conditions on it. It has to be a follower or equipment. So you can't hit champions, you can't hit spells, you can't hit landmarks. So this isn't useful like outside, or this isn't useful like in combat. Yeah, this is a weird card. In Yu-Gi-Oh, this card would be probably really good, because like finding combo pieces is that much more important. But in this game, I don't know. I'm reticent to believe that this card will be that great. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see. So Matrix Cithria could be good, maybe. But yeah, Pod Duality. Yeah, I mean Pod Duality is broken. So, Momentous Choice. 1-mana burst speed. Give an ally +1/+0 or +0/+1 this round. If you've equipped an ally this game, play a copy of me onto the target. On the same target. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. Break this one down for me. Break this one down for me. Are you telling me that I've spent the last 10 months complaining about Twin Disciplines, breaking the health 2-mana paradigm, and giving 3 health for 2 mana being like a pretty inherently broken concept? And then they said, okay, I hear you. What if we printed Twin Disciplines, but it was 1 mana? I mean, again, I'll say this whole, if you've equipped an ally this game, this has to be a fucking drawback. If this isn't a real drawback, dude, these cards seem really fucking good. These cards seem really fucking good. Oh my god. Dark Ballista is 1 mana, okay, +2 attack. When I'm equipped, deal 1 to your Nexus. Okay. Because 1 mana, grant +2 is like pretty good. So I like that it has like a drawback. And then you can spend 8 mana to play as Naganika of Zareta. And Naganika of Zareta is an 8 mana 5/13 with Overwhelm. Round end, the strongest enemy and I strike each other. This is a really cool card. This is like Simba in the what's it called? Simba in the Emperor's deck. I would assume that this requires you to play 8 unit mana and not spell mana. Because if you play this shit on turn 5, that seems really fucking broken. I would assume you can't play this thing on turn 5. I would assume you have to play it on turn 8. Otherwise, it would be broken. It has to be unit mana. It has to be unit mana. But yeah, it's a cool card. It's a cool card. It might not be. It's a nice option if you like draw it later, right? But yeah. Furious Wielder, 4 mana, an equipped ally strikes an enemy. Dope. 1-side strike. I mean, again, it just comes down to how good the equipment actually are. Right now, the equipment seem like either really good or at least playable. And like, of course, Kayn's whole thing is the equipment. So like, I feel like a lot of these cards are probably really good. But overall, yeah, I'm excited for Kayn. I think Kayn seems pretty cool. I like the ability to change mid-game, what direction you want to go. I do worry that like the mid-range version of Kayn might suffer from being a Runeterra champion because he's very limited. He can only pick one other region. But maybe enough of the cards are broken enough that he'll be fine. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm definitely excited for it.